Dear student, today I start the new topic transition elements. Before starting the topic transition element, we try to know why we study the transition element. ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट का हमारे लाइफ में क्या यूज है, क्यों पढ़ते हैं। किसी चीज़ को पढ़ने के पहले ये चीज़ जानना चाहिए कि उसका इम्पोर्टेंस हमारे जीवन में क्या है, हम क्यों पढ़ते हैं और क्यों पढ़ें। एंड इफ़ वी नो द यूटिलिटी देन वी ट्राई टू स्टडी द थिंग्स मोर केयरफुली। हम अपने जीवन में कुछ एलिमेंट्स का प्रयोग करते हैं, जैसे कॉपर का प्रयोग होता है, सिल्वर का प्रयोग होता है, गोल्ड का प्रयोग होता है। और ये सारे एलिमेंट हमारे जीवन में प्रयोग होते हैं। ये सारे एलिमेंट किस फैमिली में आते हैं? ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट में आते हैं। इसीलिए ये उपयोगी है। तो इससे बहुत सारे ज्वेलरी बनते हैं। कॉपर का चीज़ है वो आपके इलेक्ट्रिकल वेयर में यूज़ होते हैं, तो उसका भी ज़रूर अहमियत है। उसका प्लैटिनम है, ये फिलामेंट वगैरह बनाने में भी इसके यूज़ होते हैं। मतलब इलेक्ट्रोड वगैरह बनाने में इसके यूज़ होते हैं, तो ये भी मेरे लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट है। जैसे क्रोमियम है, निकेल है। जैसे क्रोमियम और टिटेनियम जो है, टिटेनियम को हम लोग स्ट्रेटजिक मेटल्स बोलते हैं बिकॉज ये कोरोजन रेजिस्टेंट होता है। फिर जैसे हम लोग आयरन की ही बात करते हैं, वी टॉक अबाउट द आयरन। तो आयरन इज द वेरी कॉमन एलिमेंट, एवरीवेयर यूज द आयरन। वी यूज आयरन नेल, वी यूज that is the railway tracks, nut and bolts, chains, so many vehicles body in manufacturing the body of the vehicles. That's why this transition element is very useful for us. But transition element हम लोग जब पढ़ेंगे तो आज हेडिंग स्टार्ट करते हैं ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट। ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट छोटे छोटे टुकड़ों में पढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि ये चैप्टर थोड़ा बड़ा है, तो इसीलिए ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट्स। तो पहला चीज़ है, हम लोग ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट इसको क्यों कहते हैं, पहले ये चीज़ जाने। तो ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट कहते हैं कि इधर एस ब्लॉक एलिमेंट होता है और इधर पी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट होता है ना। मैंने तो एस ब्लॉक और पी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट में ये अल्कली और अल्कलाइन अर्थ मेटल्स होते हैं, और पी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट जो होता है दैट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 13 to 18 एंड दिस इज 1 to 2। और इसके बीच में जो एलिमेंट होते हैं ये जा करके इसी को हम लोग ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट बोलते हैं। ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट बोलते हैं, और इसी को हम लोग डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट भी बोलते हैं। क्या बोलते हैं? और डी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट बोलते हैं। तो हम लोग ये जानेंगे कि इसको ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट क्यों कहते हैं, राइट। तो ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट इसलिए कहते हैं, पहला कॉन्सेप्ट होता है कि ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट में यदि एस ब्लॉक से पी ब्लॉक की ओर वी मूव, देन इट विल ट्रांजिट इट्स प्रॉपर्टीज, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड द ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट, राइट। नाउ दिस इज a completely metal, alkali or alkaline earth metal, and this is totally the नॉन मेटल पी ब्लॉक एलिमेंट है, जिसमें नॉन मेटल होते हैं, मेटल वाइट्स भी होते हैं और मेटल्स भी होते हैं। तो यहाँ से यहाँ जाने में फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट इट ट्रांजिट्स इट्स प्रॉपर्टी, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड द ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट। वन एस्पेक्ट्स, वन ट्रांजिट इट्स प्रॉपर्टी, बट वी राइट हियर इट ट्रांजिट इट्स प्रॉपर्टी, राइट, ठीक है। और दूसरा देखें इसका इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, तो उसके आधार पर भी हम लोग ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट का डिफाइन कर सकते हैं। इसका जनरल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन देखें, जनरल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, तो ये कहा जाता है कि n-1 d 1 to 10 और ns 2 0 to 2 ऐसा हम लोग लिखते हैं, और ये आउटर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है। और जैसे अफवाई प्रिंसिपल से हम लोग इलेक्ट्रॉन को भरते हैं, पहले लोअर एनर्जी देन इन हायर एनर्जी इन द सिमिलर वे, राइट। नाउ इट इज रिटन एज दिस वन। नाउ यदि हम लोग इस एलिमेंट का अब ट्रांजिशन सीरीज जो होता है उसको हम लोग जान लें कि हम इस एलिमेंट की बात करें, फर्स्ट सीरीज का, दैट इज स्कैंडियम पहला एलिमेंट होता है एंड लास्ट इज कैडमियम। सेकेंड सीरीज का यट्रियम एंड फर्स्ट सीरीज सॉरी स्कैंडियम टू जिंक, yttrium to cadmium, and this is lanthanum, and here is that is mercury. So if we talk about the transition element, why it is called the transition element? So this any element another ki the d orbital is partially filled, then that element is called the transition element, right? So if we talk about the zinc, zinc will have configuration, this is 3d10 and 4s2, this is 4d10 5s2, this is 5d10 and this is 6s2. So these elements are not called the transition element. These elements are not called the transition element, but it is kept in the transition series, right? Now we take it the another concept. Suppose we take here the one element is titanium. Now we take titanium and its complex is considered as titanium S2O whole 6 3 plus. Now here the oxidation state of titanium is 3 plus. Now this is called the ligand. Now this ligand is a group or atoms having a group of atoms or radicals having a lone pair of electron, and it donates to the central d orbital of the central metal atom. Now this its configuration here is 3d1, argon 3d1, because titanium is in +3 state, right? So another concept why it is called the transition element and why it is not called the transition element. Another concept. So there is a, when the ligand D will have the 5 d orbitals. Suppose this is the 5 d, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are called the degenerate d orbital, means of the same energy. When the ligand will approach to the central metal atom, ligand approach करेगा, ligand approach. Now the degeneracy of this orbital get lost and it will split it into two shapes. This is T2Z and this is EZ, or DXY we say it. This is DXZ and this is YZ, and this is called DX2 and Y2, D and Z square, like this. Now the one electron going to the d orbital is here. Now according to the Off-Why rule, when it is split, again the electron going to here, the lower energy orbital. So what happened? This E is equal to h mu and h is equal to c by lambda. This electron will receive the energy and get excited, and when it get excited, so it will go here. So there is a transition of electron. This is called transition of electron, where from lower d orbital to higher d orbital, and this is called dd transition. This is called what? dd transition. dd transition. So the any transition element, we can now define as transition element, why it is so called. So the any, that is the transition metals in its normal form or in its ionic form, if they contain the partially filled d orbital or the unpaired electron, then that elements is called the transition element. So suppose we take copper. Copper will have configuration 3d10 and 4s1. So after losing one electron, this is copper plus. So it will have 3d10. Right? Copper 29, argon 3d10, 4s. After losing one electron, this will get again 3d10. So it is called the transition element. Why it is called the transition element? Because copper 1 get converted into copper 2. Because copper 2 is more stable than that of copper 1 in aqueous solution due to high hydration enthalpy. So this will have configuration again D9. So one unpaired electron is here. You will see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one is 6, 7, 8, 9. And there is an unpaired electron. And due to that unpaired electron, it undergo dd transition. That's why it is called the transition element. This is another way why it is called the transition element. So now we talk about the zinc. Zinc. We talk about the zinc. So zinc will have the configuration argon 3d10 and 4s2. In the normal state, this zinc metal will have no partially filled d orbital or unpaired electron in the d orbital. That's why zinc is not called the transition element. Now question asked, why zinc, cadmium and this is mercury is not called the transition element? So the answer is very simple, because the zinc, cadmium and iron, Hg in the normal form or even in the form of their ion, they will not have any unpaired electron. That's why they are not called the transition element. We have a concept. So you will see that zinc will lose electron. That is 2 electron if it loses, zinc 2 plus, then it converted to Zn2 plus. Again what will happen? That is 3d8. So d orbital is completely filled. There is no unpaired electron. So how we'll see it? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 Ohm's rule. 5, 6, 7 and 8. 9 and 10. So the concept, this is they are not transition, we call the transition element. And because it is kept in the transition series, because its property is similar to that of the transition switch. Now, so we talk about the transition element. What is our conclusion? The element on going from S block to P block element, it transits its property. That's why it is called the transition element. Another aspect, why it is called the transition element? Those metals, that is, which undergo dd transition, then this element is called the transition element, like that of copper, like that of titanium and iron, etc. But if we consider the zinc, zinc have completely filled our vital. They have no unpaired electron. They do not go under daily transition. That's why this element is not called the they are not called the transition element. But it is kept in, again you ask why it is kept in the transition 3, because this is some of the property is similar to the transition element, so it is kept in the transition 3. Now, so now how many types? Another one is, what is the transition series? Series of 10 elements is called the transition series. Suppose transition series, another topic is transition series. So what is transition series? See, there are 5 transition series. First is, this is called 3D series. That starts from, that is scandium to zinc. Then 4D series, that starts from yttrium, and 5D series, that starts from lanthanum, and the 4D series, that starts from 6D, that is actinium. Right? So, in our syllabus, we have to study the first transition series, very important, right? The first study of the first transition series is very important, and the other series is also. So we know the atomic number: scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, and this is copper, and this is zinc. So atomic number 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and this is 30. We know the each elements of each metals of the transition series. First transition series. Thereafter, titanium is zirconium, that is 39. This is 40, and this is 32. Add करेंगे here. This is hafnium, this is 72. And here is, that is series of, this is called the inner transition series. And here the last element is cadmium, 48, and the last element is here mercury, that is 80. Now copper, Az, Au, and here nickel, palladium, platinum, right? Now here, this is 47, this is 46, and this is 3D8 and 4S2, and this is 3D10, 4S1, 3D10, 4S2, right, like this. And this is here 3D, that is 4D, and this is 4D, that is 10, and 5S1, and 4D10, and 5S2, and this is 4D9, 5S1, and this is 4D10, 5S1, and 5D. This is 4D, this is 5D. 5D, and this is that is 5D10 and 6S2. Now here, this is 4S2, 4D10, 5S0, like this. This is D10. So, in the examination, it is we should know about at least the first member and the last member of the each transition series. How many transition series? This is first, this is second, this is third, and this is the fourth transition series. And what is the starting element of the first transition series? Scandium, that ends on zinc. And what is the second element? That is yttrium, that ends with zinc. What is the third transition series? That is starts from lanthanum and that ends from zinc. And this is fourth transition series. This is starts from actinium, and this is and it is a incomplete series. So first we know the first and the last element of the each transition series. So our in the types of transition series, there are 4 transition series. Now the another topic is electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Configuration. Right? Electronic configuration. So electronic configuration, general electronic configuration n minus 1, d 1 to 10, and this is ns, that is 0 to this is 2. Right. So in some books it is written as ns is 1 to 2, but I have written here that is ns 0 to 2. So why is it so? And here that is 1 to 10. Why it is written? Now, when we write the electronic configuration, this is all configurations of the first series. We must write the configuration of the first series. That is the scandium, that it needs some space. This is here. This is scandium 21. This is titanium. This is vanadium, chromium, and this one is manganese. This is iron, cobalt, and cobalt. Then nickel, then copper, and then this is zinc. So here is argon. Then we write electron enter 4s2, then 3d. And this transition element is also called the d block element. Why it is called the d block element? Because the last electron enters into the d subcell. That's why it is called the d block element. Is it clear? So we write here that is argon 4s2 or 3d. So 4s2, and the last electron enters here 3d1. And similarly argon 3d2 and 4s2. That is 18 plus 2. That is 20, 22. And this is argon. So 3d, this is 3, and this is 4s2. Now this is argon 3d3. The configuration is very important. And 4s2. And this is argon, and 3d5, 4s2. Now argon, and this is 3d6, 4s2. This is argon. This is 3d, that is 7, 4s2. This is argon. Then 3d8, 4s2. This is argon, 3d9 and 4s2. And this is argon, and this is 3d10 and 4s2. So this is the electronic configuration. We should have the knowledge about the electronic configuration, because electronic configuration helps us to answer the so many questions. Electrode potential, oxidation state, and the magnetic properties, all are based on this electronic configuration, spectral property. So electronic configuration is very important. At least we know the electronic configuration of the first transition switch. Is it clear? Now we make some space here. Suppose here. Now, see. So we see in the general configuration we considered as that is NS, that is 0 to 2. if we write the configuration of palladium, why we consider that 0? Because palladium, if you write, that is argon, krypton, then outer configuration is 4d10, 4d10, and this is 5s0. This is 4d10, 5s0. That's why in the outer configuration 0 is always also considered. Now why in the D we considered as 1, right? आपने समझ लिया कि हमने 0 से 2 क्यों दिया है, इसीलिए कि पैराडिम के कॉन्फ़िगरेशन में आप देखते हैं कि 4d10 होता है और S पर 0 होता है, और 2 तो सब में है, तो 1 2 आ ही सकता है, इसीलिए 0 to 2 we don't write is 1 to 2 because there are some transition element in which the S electron in fact 2. Now there is exception configuration. Exception. What is exception? Chromium 24, and this is argon, and this is 3d4. I have written it, and 4s2. That is 18 plus 2, and last electron enter into the D subset. Now this is a not a stable configuration, not stable. This is not a stable configuration, so it will convert it into stable, that is 3d5 and 4s1. This is half filled, and we know what half filled orbital of filled orbitals are more stable than partially filled orbital. Half filled or completely filled orbitals are more stable. Filled orbitals are more stable than the partially filled orbital. That's why this chromium D4 is changed into the D5, and that is S is also half filled. And why it will attains the stability due to symmetricity and that is energy exchange. The reason is due to symmetricity and energy exchange. Now what is symmetricity? Symmetricity is on D5, because D orbital have 5 boxes, all are occupied. S will have 1 box and it is occupied by 1. And if we calculate the energy exchange in the case of D4 and in the case of D5, as the number of unpaired electrons increases, that is energy exchange increases. That's why here energy exchange is more. Similarly, we don't write the configuration of chromium like this. We write the configuration of 3d5, and this is 4s1, and this is a correct configuration of chromium. Now the another case. This is another case, exception. Another case we consider chromium, which is copper. So this is copper. So we write here in the configuration, that is n minus 1, 1 to 10. So here you see that is Ns will have the 1. This is copper, and this is written 4s2 and 3d, argon 3d 9. Again, it is not stable, it converted into 3d10 and 4s1. So in the configuration you see 0 to 2 maximum and 1 to 10, here 1 and here 10. That's why in the general configuration we write here, that is this one. Now, so this is the half filled. So for copper we write here argon 3d10 and the 4s1. So you will remember the configuration of this. Similarly palladium, similarly Az, and the platinum is very important. 5d9 and 4, that is 6s1. This is 6s1. Is it clear? So this is 6s. This is 5. It is 6. 6s. So this is, it needs some correction. So this is the electronic configuration. Now, what is the, how we write the electronic configuration of transition metal ions? We know because this is very important. So for copper we write here this is 3D 5 and 4S 1, and for that is for chromium, and for right here 3D 10 and the 4S 1. This is the correct. Now, what is our topic? The configuration of ions. Configuration, or this is we write what from where we remove the electron to write the configuration of ions. Configuration of ions of transition metal and removal of electron. ये हमारा पार्ट है, right? So we generally first we know from where we remove the electron, and this is the nucleus suppose, and this is the inner cell, and this is the outer cell. Suppose this is 4S, this is 3D, and this is the nucleus. So this outer cell is away from the nucleus. So the removal of electron will be very much easier to remove the electron from the valence shell or the outer shell. So the first we remove the electron from S subshell and thereafter from D subshell if we require. Now scandium, first remove from one electron, then two electron. So scandium, if it is anybody asked to write the configuration of scandium 2+, then what we write? First you remove the electron from S. How many electrons are here? That is 2. 1 may be removed. Second electron also be removed. Anybody asked to write a SN, scandium 2+, we remove the outer electron and it will be equal to argon, that is 3D1. If it is anybody asked to write a scandium 3, that is argon, and this is 3D0. 3D0. This is argon 3D0. Argon 3D0. Now anybody, that is titanium, write 3+. This is argon, and this will write 3+, so 2 electrons from here and 1 electron is from here, that is 3D1. Is it clear? Similarly, anybody asked to write chromium 3+, 1 electron from S and thereafter from second electron and third electron, so this will write here 3D3, 3D3, right, like this. It write copper iron 2+, similarly. Then we have to remove the 2 electron. From where we remove? From S subshell. So its configuration is iron 3D6. Fe3+, again we remove the electron from where? The remaining electron from the D subshell. So this is 3D5. So this is the way to remove the electron in write the electronic configuration, in order to write the electronic configuration of the transition metal ions, right? So this helps to narrate the so many properties can be correlated. Suppose this is a scandium 3+, and complex is given, it is asked in the examination, and this is 3+, and this is titanium, and this is H2O, and you will have 3+, this is, and it is said that it is colorless, and it is said that it is colored. And how you will? So first you calculate the oxidation state as per the previous concept of class 11. These are ligand neutral, that is 6 into 0, or this is x is equal to +3, that is x plus 6 into 0 is equal to +3, x is equal to +3. So here oxidation state is 3. When we see scandium 3+, D will have no unpaired electron, that's why N is 0. That's why no unpaired electron. No unpaired electron. In this case, now here if we write titanium 3+, you see here titanium 3+. So this will have argon, and this is 3D1. So number of unpaired electron 1, that's this compound is paramagnetic. This is, and so it is called undergo DD transition, and it will call the colored. So this is the importance to say any compound is colored and colorless, and also able to say whether it is diamagnetic or the paramagnetic, because diamagnetic substances are those having no unpaired electron, and paramagnetic have those having unpaired electron. So this is diamagnetic, and this is paramagnetic. So such behavior can be explained by this one. So today's topics, because the time is limited, so our first, what we learned here concluded, that is what is transition element, why we call it transition element, and how many ways we are able to call. What is the importance of transition element in our life? And one of the element, that is the TC, tactunium. This is our artificially made or man-made transition element, and titanium is called the strategic metal because it is a corrosion resistant. Then we know the general configuration, right? And by knowing that, we also know the types of the transition tree, first and the last element. Then we know the general configuration and why we considered as 0 to 2, and then we write the electronic configuration of the first transition series and the ions, and by writing that we are able to say which compound is colored and which compound is colorless today, and the properties is explained in the next video.